And welcome back to the High Sierra Report. And in the studio, I have Madonna Dunbar. And Madonna, it's all about bears and safety for our bears and for ourselves as well. So
yes,
we get into that.
It's time for Tahoe to be truly bear smart. And I'm saying that because there's a great program out of Whistler, Canada. If you go to bebearsmart.com, you can learn about everything to know about black bears from that website.
Right.
Great
wow.
resource out of Canada.
Cool.
It's not rocket science. It's keeping a clean camp, keeping a clean car. Our human food and our garbage are very high-calorie food sources.
Yes.
So over the course of time, since we live in prime black bear habitat, the bears have learned, hey, there's some easy pickings, and there's a lot more calories in an old hamburger than in some grubs in a tree.
Right. So, and they're out now.
They're out. They were barely, with our mild winter, they were barely down for hibernation. I do know of a couple of mamas with new cubs that have just emerged. The male bears have been out for a month and a half already. Right. And they're hungry and they're looking for food. The idea is if you have bears in your neighborhoods, thankfully, nothing has ever really happened, but it's setting up a really bad precedent for an accident. You don't want to surprise a black bear. Right. They're very tolerant of us, but when you have a surprise, you come around a corner, and the bear's got some trash, or you're opening your car door and the bear was inside, that could be something really bad. Nothing has ever happened to anybody in Tahoe, which is fantastic.
Yes, that's so true.
But we're not keeping up on our housekeeping. You know, things like keeping garbage in your garage instead of investing in a bear box. That day is gone. You need to be proactive and be putting your garbage in a locking trash can or a locking bear box. You have to lock the dumpster every time you use a dumpster. You need to clean out your car.
And are you just leaving a wrapper? My husband's car got broken into, and all he had was a wrapper in there.
My dog just spilled some of my coffee on my car seat. I'm going to be putting a Windex on my car seat today because it's simple housekeeping.
You can see there's a broken
there's a lot of, when a bear gets into a vehicle that's unlocked and it gets trapped inside, these are some of the images that you're seeing. And it can be really, really bad for both the bear and the person.
That's a good point.
Bears that go into buildings or into vehicles will be euthanized by our wildlife agencies. But there's a lot of resources. The Bear League is a great resource in the community.
The Bear League,
they have a 24-hour hotline for whether you just have a question or if you're having an issue where a bear has moved in under your house because there's a great place to den in the winter.
Exactly.
Or if you need to know how to remove the attractants. So it's really about getting rid of those attractants. People still have bird feeders. Everybody loves birds, but you should really only be putting out about a handful of seed a day. Bird seed has 12,000 calories per pound in it. The same thing with dog food. If you feed your dog on the porch or you don't clean your barbecue, you're asking for a bear to come investigate your property. They have tremendous memories. They'll remember a location from a previous year where they got something. They're very curious. They're very strong. Again, it's the idea of if we can mitigate the attractants, we're going to have a better coexistence with our wild neighbors, basically.
Yeah, it's so true. And you know, it is so true. If you have trash out there and they get it one time, they will come back over and over again.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
They'll be gone for a year, and they may come back. They may come back the next day.
Yeah.
And garage doors. I mean, there's a lot of damage that can be done. If you just take care of the housekeeping, you can avoid it.
We'll be back with more Madonna Dunbar, and it's all about bears today.